Hey everybody, hello again. It's another week. Can't believe that we're about halfway through the semester already. Time flies, and it really does for me when I'm here at USC. I really enjoy it, and it just flies by. Another busy week, two big powerful lectures this week, one of which will cover all about consumer experience and omni-channel experience marketing and how that's more than a buzzword. It really is an important aspect of marketing today. Consumers go from point to point, and brands have got to be there with them with seamless handoffs of messages and content. And it's a very, very important concept to grasp. Following up after that discussion, beginning to create the brand communications and talking about the development of brand personality. And brands have got to find their voice. And each brand has a unique voice in which they speak to consumers and they interact with consumers. And it's important to define that. I find a lot of brands don't look at that as well as they should. And you look at the brands like Starbucks and Coke and Nike, and they find their voice and they stick to it. And they change the tone and manner of it sometimes, but it's the same brand voice. And if we have time, I'm going to try to slip into a little discussion of the creative brief. Nothing should happen in marketing communications without a creative brief. And I'll use some of the templates that we use at the Concept Farm, some of the work that we've done for our clients there, as well as some of the things that I was personally involved in and am personally involved in at the American Heart Association to show how brief translates to creativity. And even though you have a great brief, you may not always get the best creative that you think can fulfill that brief. And I've got a couple of examples of that. So it'll be a chock-full week. Just an update, I'm still correcting my midterm exams, and next week I'll give you an update on what the scores of that were. I'm looking forward to some good performance by the students. And it's getting a little windy here. It may play a little havoc with the mics, so I may finish up this discussion in the faculty lounge. So, out of the wind, here I am back in my favorite faculty lounge spot just to finish up where we left off, talking about developing the customer experience and omni-channel experience, those seamless handoffs that occur between touch point to touch point, between consumer and brand. And that means there has to be a marriage of BX, brand experience, with CX, customer experience. And we'll touch a little bit on all the great AI platforms and tech that's available to help companies navigate and manage through that. It's amazing how far that has come. One of the last things I'll do today is I'm having our final admissions committee meeting with Dr. Badami, Ian, and Dennis Shaw for our Masters in Science and Marketing admissions program. The deadline is over for admissions. We have 30 more applications. They look very, very impressive, a lot of very high scores, so we'll review all of that. But again, as I mentioned last time, the virus issue is really hanging over our heads in terms of travel. I just read in a bulletin that all students here are discouraged, strongly discouraged from taking any international spring break travel. Since a substantial amount of my classes is from Asia, I'm wondering how that's going to affect their lives this year. In addition, I just received a memo asking all of us in the marketing department to be prepared to take our classes online using Zoom or another digital platform that we can do our classes remotely. So all of us hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, it's good to know that USC is ready with the tech and the resources to do it, so I'm grateful for that if it ever comes to that. That's a lot to do. Hope I get to it. If not, there's always next week. Thanks.